Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. I'm being vocally attacked by my cat this morning who wants to come in, but I'm trying to keep him outside because he just annoys me and disturbs me while trying to play Sudoku. But don't worry, I'm not being cruel. I shall finish up and soon, and he'll be back to normal. Uh, Today is beginner's day, easy day for the Guardian Sudoku puzzle, and so welcome if you're new to the game and have never visited this channel before. I'll give you a quick explanation of the rules in a moment and explain how to solve this easy puzzle. But before I do that, I'd like to promote a jazz artist. Each day I've been promoting jazz artists, and today I'd like to talk about Somi, who is who was actually born in America to African parentage, and she has been nominated. She was the first African woman nominated for a Grammy in the jazz vocalist category. She's unique. She has a really unique voice. I recommend you check her out because it's very strange, beautiful voice, some incredible songs. Really worthwhile checking her out. Jazz vocalist. What more need I say except go and listen for yourself, and I'm sure you'll enjoy her music. Okay, let's get on with the Sudoku puzzle now. Sudoku is looks a bit like it might have something to do with maths, but it doesn't. It's just a game of logic and helping you to think. It's something like a jigsaw puzzle with numbers in place of pieces. But you don't need to know anything about counting, or adding, or subtracting, or anything like that to play this classic Sudoku. All you need to understand is that there are 9 squares across in each of these rows across, and there are 9 squares in each of the columns down. And what we do is fit the numbers 1 to 9 in each of the rows and each of the columns, and also inside each of these boxes or blocks that we refer to. And there are 9 across, 9 down, and 9 in each block. And so each number can fit only once. And remembering that each number can fit only once is the key to allow us to put numbers in. So this 6 can't reappear in this column, this 6 down here. So that means that no 6 can appear in any of these 3 squares because there's a 6 here. Also can't appear here. Right, but we're focusing on this area here. Now this 6 here means that 6 can't reappear in this column down here. So in this block, if you remember, this 6 means that these three squares can't be 6, and this 6 means that this can't be a 6. Well, there's only one square left, so we know that a 6 goes in there. I'm going to have some tea. I recommend if this is your first game, you might want to get some tea or coffee ready to help you play the game. Now there's 6 blocks across this row, and there's 6 blocks across this row, and there's 6 blocks down. So I think you can see blocked and blocked and blocked and blocked. So 6 has got to come here like this. Okay, so we go around the grid. We call this a grid, looking for different things. We see this 4 blocks down this column, so no 4s allowed here. And guess what? There's only 1 square left. So we know that 4 must go in that square there. It can't go anywhere else. And by the way, we don't guess in this game. We don't take a guess at anything. We just look and say, well, it must go there. And when we know that it must go there because we have eliminated all other possibilities, that's when we place it. We don't guess. We see this 1 blocking across this row, right? So no 1's going to appear here. We see this 1 blocking this square here. So 1 has to go here like this. More tea. It's very early morning here, and I've got to start work very soon also, so I should try not to waste too much time drinking tea. And okay, so then we need to maybe think a little bit forward. So this is one of the beauties of the game, is when you can do this is great. When you can do some more things as well, it gets even better. So for example, when you think about this 5, now what do we know? It's in this row, so we know that 5 can't reappear here or here or here. So if it can't be in these 2 squares, then down here it's logically got to appear somewhere along the bottom here, right?
So we've got 3 squares, but look, there's one blocking here, so it can't appear here. So we know it's either going to be here or here. So what do? Do we guess and place it in one of those? No, we don't. We just wait. But we remember that it's here or here. And now that we know it's here or here, we understand that it can't appear in any of these 3 squares because it's got to be one of these two, right? So if it can't be here or here, we block this bottom row here. Now we have this 5 up here blocking this square, and this 5 here blocking this square. So again, there's only one more place left, so we can put our 5 there. Let's do that again, right? Look, this 5 blocks up this column here, so no 5 is allowed in this column. That means 5 will appear here or here. Can we tell which square? No, we can't, but that doesn't matter. We know it's somewhere in this row, and when it is, it blocks the rest of this row. So these 2 squares are out. Now this 5 down here blocks along here like this. So these 2 squares are out, and again, we just got one space left. So we know the 5 appears there. It doesn't help us find these 2 squares yet, but that's okay. We'll get back to those later. What we can do is look across this row here and find which numbers are missing. So we've got a 1, we don't have a 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we don't have a 9. So 2 and 9 are our missing numbers. So that means that in these 2 squares along this row, there must be a 2 and a 9. Now here we don't know anything, but in this square here, we can see that there is a 9 in this block already, and so 9 can't reappear in any of these squares. So that can't be a 9, so it's got to be a 2, and the 9 must be here. Now in this block there's only one number missing, and if you count through you'll find it's a 2. Okay, so now we've got one complete row and one complete block, so we're making progress. And we just keep looking around for different things. Right, so I see this 9 blocking all the way down here, this 9 blocking all the way down here, and this 9 blocking across here. So 9 is restricted to that square only. Sometimes it takes a little while to find things. It can go in fits and starts, this game actually. Sometimes everything goes one after the other. Sometimes it takes a little while for you to stop and think, and that's the beauty of the game, really. Excuse me. Right, so and never panic also, if it looks like you can't see anything, don't worry. There are plenty of ways to go forwards at a later stage, so no need to panic when you can't find the numbers. Okay, so if, like me, now you are pretty stuck because you can't see anything to go forward, what I recommend you do is try to think through each number one at a time. So let's consider the ones. Is there anything we can do? So we look up and down the rows and the columns, up and down the we look at left and right across the rows and up and down across the up and down along the columns and within the blocks to see if there's anything that we can get logically. And there isn't really anything for 1. We don't see anything much there. If we click on 2s, what can we see down here? No, see, we can limit this square and this square, but that's not going to actually place a 2 for us. 3s I can't highlight because I haven't placed a 3 yet, but 3s, let's see, they go up here. There's a 3 blocking up here, 3 blocking up here, so 3 will be limited to this square and this square. And down here, just across here, but there's nothing else we can say really, so no, don't know much about 3s. 4s we can say go in this square and this square, but that's not getting anything. 4s go in this square or this square, and again, that's not enough, not good enough. Up here they can go in any of these 3 squares, so no, we're not getting anywhere with that. Let's see what else we have. 5s. 5 has to be at the end, either one of the end of these column here. Again, it's not enough to Oh, yes, it is. Okay. All right. So 5 blocks across here now. Okay, meaning that 5 will appear in one of these two squares here. Right, we've got an intersecting 5 here. And when it does, it will block right across this row. So no 5 is allowed here. Then we have a 5 blocking this square and this square. And down here we have this 5 blocking this square. So we can, in fact, place a 5 there. And now we've done that, we see this 5 blocks down here, this 5 blocks up here, and the 5 goes in here. So you see, you just needed one number to help us out a bit there. And that will do us a power of good, I'm sure. Let's carry on, shall we? Sixes. Is there anything more that we can say about the sixes? Well, they're limited up here and down here, but no, sevens. I haven't placed any sevens yet, so I can't click on it to reveal, but I do know 7 is going to be in this square or this square because we have blocking along here, right? Okay, not much else we can say. 8s I can't highlight because I haven't. You'll notice I can only highlight numbers when it's in blue, which means that I placed the number myself. This software doesn't allow me to click and highlight numbers that I haven't placed. So, but I do see that 8 will be limited to this square and this square because it's blocking all the way across here and all the way across here like this. Down here, 8 will be limited to this square and this square because we have a blocking 8 down here and up here, anywhere along here, so nothing much doing there. Let's get on to the 9s. Okay, now we can see 9 blocking across here, 9 blocking up here, so 9 has to go in that square there. Now we see 9 blocking all the way up, 9 blocking all the way up, and 9 blocking across here will give us a 9 there. This 9 across here, 9 up here will give us a 9 in that location there. Excuse me. And I think that's the entirety of the 9s. Okay, so now we've placed all the 9s. So now you think, okay, so we got to the end. Well, now what? Well, actually, you could go back and start again with 1 because things have changed since you began, since we began and examined digit 1. In fact, things have changed and the situation is not the same. But I don't need to do that because I've seen something else. I've seen that this 8 now blocks down this column here, and so now there is only one square left where we can place an 8. Now I also remembered that 7 was in these two squares here, right? Do you remember? The 7 blocks along here, 7 here, blocking this square, and 8 also blocks this square, so 8 will be in here. So 7 and 8 are in these two squares. So that means that whatever we don't yet have, apart from the 7 and 8, must be in this square. So let's count through. 1, 2, do we have a 3? No. So that's what it is. The 3 goes there. Now there's 3 blocks across here, and that's our 3 there. There's one number missing here. 1, 2, 3. It's a 4. We put the 4 in here, like so. This is still 7 and 8. We still can't get what they are. That's okay. We don't need to just yet. We'll come back later. This is the point in Sudoku. You have to learn to come back and check things later. Now I see this 4 blocking. This 4 blocks this square. This 4 blocks these two squares, and this 4 here blocks up here. So that's got to be a 4 there. Now bring this 4 down, blocking down this column, so no 4 in either of these two squares. This 4 blocking here, this 4 blocking here. 4 turns out to be here. This 4 looks along this row and says, no, you're not going anywhere here. This 4 blocks down here. 4 is there. And that is the final 4. Okay. So things are now, reduced in scope. In other words, what we can do, what we have left to do. Let's see. Sometimes the battle is kind of deciding where you should look. That's sometimes the key here is deciding where to look next. Once you've decided where to look, you're okay. And I can't decide where to look next. 6s. Okay, so 6, this 6 blocks down here, this 6 blocks down here, so there's only one square left where a 6 can go. It's got to go here. Now this 6 blocks along this row, 6 blocks along this row, and 6 blocks down here. So that will be a 6 here. And now let's take it right up this column, blocking all the way up. So no 6 in this column. This 6 blocking this column, this 6 blocking this middle square, and so 6 has to go there. And again, that's the last digit 6, so we don't have to find any more 6s. No need to hurry especially when you're beginning, because I think if you rush it, you'll make mistakes. Certainly, I often make mistakes if I try to go too quickly. Let's see this 2 now. 2 blocking all the way up here, and this 2 here blocking all the way up here, and this 2 blocking across here will give us a 2 in this location. Okay, now here's something nice. Now this is slightly more advanced, but it's not too difficult for you to work out. Look, there are 3 empty squares. So let's see which numbers are missing. First of all, do we have a 1? No. We have a 2. Do we have a 3? No. So 1 and 3. What else? 4, 5, 6. Do we have a 7? No. So 1, 3, and 7 are missing. So 1 and 7 are blocking this square, so it can't be a 1, it can't be a 7, it must be a 3, because that's the other number. Actually, I could have just counted through this column 1, 2, 3 and come to the same conclusion, but I wanted to show you that there is often more than one way to find the same number or the same answer. Excuse me. Now, what else is on the agenda? This is actually for a very easy level puzzle. This one is quite interesting and quite good actually, because we're needing to use several different techniques. So to learn, as a basic level, I think this is rather a good puzzle. It's slightly more difficult than the average that they put up on a Monday. Right, so let's see now. We need to see what's missing and see if we can find anything. So maybe we can do this in a block by block. I mean, here we know this is a 1 or a 7, right? We just found that out, but we don't have any intersecting 1s or 7s anywhere, so we can't tell which is which. Let's think about this over here. What are we missing? Do we have a 1? No, we don't, but we can see a 1 could go in these 3 squares here. 2, we have 3 blocks this square here, and here, so 3 is limited to these 2 squares. But that's it. 4, we have 5. This 5 block, let's highlight 5. 5 blocks up here like this, so 5 is limited to these 2 squares, but we can't tell what it is yet. 6, we have 7. Can I highlight a 7? Have I actually placed any 7s yet? No, it appears not. 7, okay, so 7 blocks this square here, right? 7 blocking up here like this. 8 and 9, so no, we really can't tell anything from there. Let's look down here. 1 blocks down here, but we can't tell anything else. 2, there's 2 blocks down here, there's 2 blocks down here, so 2 will be limited to this square and this square, but again, we can't tell which it is just yet. 3 we have, 4 we have already. 5, there's 5 blocks across here, let's show you. 5 blocks across here and down here, so 5 is in this square and this square, the same as it's in this square and this square up here, but that's not going to give us anything. 6 we have already. 7, there's 7 blocks this square down here, but we don't know anything else. 8, 9 we have, so no, we can't find a number down here. Don't get disheartened though, let's keep looking. Down here, 1, we don't have any 1s anywhere to tell us anything. 2, we have 3, there's 3 blocks here, so we know 3 is in here and here, but that's all we know. 4, 5, 6, 7 we can't tell anything about. Okay, so now it's looking quite tough. So what's happening over here now? 1. Let's can we highlight 1? 1 blocking down here, so it's in these 3 squares here. That's no good. 2 blocking down here and across here, so there's 3 possibilities. That's no good. 3 blocking across here is in 3 possible squares. 4, 5, 6, 7 we know nothing about. 8 blocks across here like this and across here like this. Yes, finally we found our number. Do you see? 8 blocking across here. So it took a long time of counting through and looking and methodically finding the number, but eventually we got there and found a number, and that number is going to be enough now to solve the entire puzzle. So we had to count through. Sometimes it gets to the last 9 when you count from 1, but I'll show you how this is going to finish the game. So this 8 blocks all the way up here now, and 8 blocks this square, and 8 blocks this square. So now we can say 8 goes here, 8 blocks this square, this 8 that we fitted goes here. Now if you remember, we also needed a 7 for this row, so we'll place that in now. And what else? 7, missing numbers here. 1 and 7, 1 7. Okay, this 2 now blocks across here and 2 blocks up here, so that's our 2. Now this 2 blocks down here, this 2 blocks down here, this 2 blocks across here, giving us a 2 in this square here. 2 all the way across here, 2 down here, 2 down here. That's a 2 there. You know, usually in Sudoku, you get to a certain point and you're desperate for one number, and once you've found that single number, it's enough to finish the puzzle, because everything else will lead on from there. That's often the case. Right, so what else do we need? 1 and... Okay, so in this row here, across there, we don't yet have a 1, but we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have a 7. So in these 2 squares, we need 1 and 7 to complete this row. But look here, we have an intersecting 7, which means 7 can't go there. So 7 has to go there, and the 1 has to go there. Now this 1 will block this square up here, and this 1 blocks this square. So 1's got to go there. There's only 1 number needed for this row now, and it's a 7, so we can place it. 7 blocks down here. There's 1 square left, which is a 7. 7 now blocks across these 2 squares, and so 7 is here. 7 now blocks all the way up here. This 7 blocks up here. 7 goes there. Do you remember this 5 blocking up this column now? There's only 1 place it can go now. Now we've limited it to just 1 square. It must go there. 5 blocks all the way down now. This can't be a 5. 5's got to go here. There's 1 number needed for this block. We start counting and we find that 1 is the first number that's missing, so it goes there. This 1 means that this can't be a 1, but we don't yet have a 1 in this block, so 1 goes here. 1, 2, we don't have a 3, so that's got to be a 3 here. Let's look, there's 1 number missing from this block. 1, 2, we don't have a 3, so that's got to be a 3 there. This 3 means up here, this can't be a 3. We don't have a 3 yet in this block, so this has got to be a 3. You see, it goes much faster at the end when you've almost finished. It's a much faster game than it is at the beginning. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have a 7 yet, so that's got to be a 7 there. Now we don't have much more to finish. There's 1 number missing here. Do we have a 1? No, we don't. So that's a 1. And we can count along this row. We have a 1, 2. Do we have a 3 anywhere? No. So that's a 3 there. Now we only have 1 number left to get. Now I'm going to put this in as a small number here, because as soon as I click on this button, this puzzle will disappear. It's a 1. We don't yet have a 1. I'll put it in as a small number like this, but actually that is the final number. And if you'd like to look across and check, you'll see that we only have 1 number each in each row, each column, and each block. It is unique numbers 1 to 9. That's it. Come back again, visit the channel, check out the easy level puzzles if you're a beginner, and play a lot more games. And as soon as you've done that, you'll be able to graduate and move up a level
and look at some more difficult logic. It's a wonderful game. Please play it as much as you can. Please subscribe to this channel and other Sudoku channels. Enjoy life, enjoy Sudoku, and hope to see you again. Bye bye.